I am Indigo Sage, and I am coming at you at the beginning of the video real quick just to let you know where the hot blog spot is to speak about your spiritual awakening. And that, of course, is at unapologeticallysage.com. You can also find a lot of my walking meditations on Instagram as well as Facebook. Whereas Facebook is where I just kind of may write whatever pops in my mind or, repost something that was inspirational. So Facebook is kind of more, you get a little more Indigo Sage in there, a little more me. But anyway, be sure to check out Tales of Tarot at unapologeticallysage.com. Also, more of my spiritual awakening stories awaits you right there at unapologeticallysage.com. Hello, and welcome to your Act Now messages from your guardian angels. What I am going to say first is to bear with me. I'm going to ask you to bear with me because my voice may go in and out because my allergies messes with me a lot. Our air quality where I am is not great because there have been a lot of fires near my location. And this weekend I've been out in the air a lot and I can barely breathe. That's how I feel, but I am going to push through this message, and so my voice may sound strained, but I am going to do the absolute best that I can to speak clearly and breathe well. Okay, so as I was saying, welcome to your Act Now message from your guardian angels. Your Act Now message features two choices that are causing a dilemma in your life. Your guardian angels are providing the insights in this reading to help you make a choice so that you may act now on your decision. Your Act Now topics will change according to what your guardian angels deem are your highest messages. Allow me to tell you a little information about the designated decks for all Act Now messages. They are As Above and So Below by Barbara Moore. The As Above deck focuses on the nature of universal energies present in the world as it relates to your choices. The So Below deck will be used as clarifiers for the As Above deck. The So Below deck will show you how the universal energies play out in our everyday life as well as how we experience the elements. With that being said, let's sage this out. And let me tell you right now that this is another Mercury retrograde edition. So whenever I'm about to do your Act Now choice messages, if it is during Mercury retrograde, what I do is change it up and I just let the clarifiers be whoever they be, however they be. And the normal messages, if you normally watch my Act Now choice messages, you would know that they are the same, but they just reflect what's going on, the energy and the elements in the 3D. But they are the same as what the As Above deck says. It's just So Below. The Mercury retrograde editions don't follow those same rules. They are the same exact two decks. However, I shuffle them and they come out how they come out. So that is the difference between the Mercury retrograde edition of the Act Now choice. One, because during Mercury retrograde, it's different. Our activities are different. The communication is different. There's a lot of things that are just different. during Mercury retrograde. In the past position, we have 10 of fire. That is represented by there is action that must be taken in order to move forward productively in your life. Okay, so that was in your past in regards to your choice one. So there's action that must be taken in order to move forward productively in your life. As I always say, only you know your life. So only you know whether or not you took that action in order to move productively in your life in the past in regards to this decision, this choice that you had to make. The past is clarified by reversed death, which says not letting go of something that is over. So that's very clear. It's very clear. So the action that needed to be taken in the past in order to move productively in your life, it's clarified by not letting go of something that is over. And that's how it came out in your 3D. So what it's saying is, in the past, this is what happened. In order for you to move forward, you didn't move forward. That's what it's saying, because you were holding on to something that messed you up in your past. That's what that is saying. So that's how the past was, and that's how it played out in regards to your choice one. Next, we have the now position. So what are you going through right now? How are you feeling right now? What is your angel's insights right now for your act now choice one? It is the reversed world card. And it's saying that you're not feeling complete. You're not feeling connected. You're not feeling right with the world right now. In your now position for the clarifier is King of Chalices. And although King of Chalices says a lot, the main point is express yourself and share your heart. And that's what you need to do right now. That will commence the healing that you need. I just really feel like for this choice one, there's some kind of healing that's needed, some kind of completion, because I mean, you have the world. This is clarifying the world in reverse. Okay, so your world in reverse is saying that you're not feeling complete, you're not feeling connected, you're not feeling right with the world. So let me say this: the world, and if only you could see me right now, like I'm putting up little quote fingers, the world didn't do anything to you. What you need to do is express yourself and share your heart, and you need to connect with your guardian angels and your higher self. We all have a higher self. You need to get there. You need to connect with your higher self. And you need to, in order for this to be balanced and right, you need to express yourself and share your heart. I don't know what about yourself you need to express. I don't know what about your heart that you need to share, but this is what your guardian angels are saying, that you need to express yourself and share your heart right now. Because you're now, that's how your now is clarified, the King of Chalices. The best of the situation for choice one is reversed mother of fire. She normally helps the fire in your life grow in a positive way, but she's coming in reverse, which means she is no longer helping you grow. So that's the best of the situation. It sounds like you're going to be on your own, sweetie. It sounds like you got to grow on your own. So it's like whatever help that you're used to getting, and it may be a motherly figure, because this is the mother of fire, mother of inspiration, honey. She's not helping you anymore, so you're cut off. And it sounds like to me you're forced to grow on your own. You're forced to dig within yourself to get that inspiration. And that's the best. That's the best of the situation and the decision, which means, like, that's a good thing. I know that if you are used to leaning on or depending on others for inspiration, or maybe ciphering other people's energy, ooh, honey, that's what I'm getting. You might be an energy vampire. Okay. If you are used to ciphering other people's energy and other people's positivity and other people's well-to-do, it's telling you that the best of the situation is that you're cut off and you will have to do it yourself. Now it's making more sense, because the best of the situation is clarified by the reverse Knave of Wands, which main point is reckless and prone to taking risks. That's how that energy is shown in the 3D here. So it's like, I'm trying to think of the best words on how to explain this and how it's the best. I think what it's saying is, you feel like when you make decisions, or like to go out and make decisions without the guidance that you're used to, you feel like it's going to be reckless, and you feel like you're going to be taking risk. And you know what? With this being in the best position, that means it's a good thing. Go ahead and take risks. Go ahead and feel reckless. They're telling you to do it. That's the best to come out of this decision. And it doesn't actually mean that you will be reckless, and it doesn't actually mean that you're taking a risk. It doesn't actually mean that. What it means is, what this is saying is that that's how you feel, but it doesn't actually equate to that. It is okay to go on your own instincts and develop your own opinion and your own thoughts without the help and guidance and energy of someone else. You will go on the energy of yourself with this decision. It really feels like what they're saying is, pay attention to your own intuition, your thoughts, your own gut, your gut feeling, your own heart. Pay attention to your heart and how your heart feels, and not lean on anyone else or everyone else. And that is the best to come out of this decision that needs to be made for your Act Now Choice 1. Now this one is interesting. The worst of the situation is 4 of air. The main point that the angels wanted me to say is, the answer to the question you've asked is right in front of you. I don't know what that means, except for what they said, because that's very plain. So to the collective that I'm speaking to, the worst of the situation is 4 of air, and it's the answer to your question that you've asked is right in front of you. Now, what I can do is break down this imagery, and this imagery shows all, oh Lord, yeah, They've pointed out birds and crows so much. I was going to say, they have, so this is what they're saying, that they have been putting it right in front of you this entire time, like it's been in front of you this entire time. The answer to your question is right in front. It's been right in front of you this entire time. So the crow is there, the 4-leaf clover is there, the black cat is there, the coin is there. These are all omens, or good luck charms. I mean, however you want to see it. I'm surprised there's no feather there. Well, I guess the bird represents the feather, sweetie. You know, and on this one, just look at the imagery. And on this one, the imagery may be just really astounding to some of you, because they're saying the answer to your question that you've asked is right in front of you. And it could either be something in this picture or not in this picture at all. It could be something to where as soon as I said those words, you already know. You already know. You already know. Now, for some of you, it wants me to point out the Rider-Waite equivalent to this, which this is a totally different deck with, in my opinion, totally different meanings. But the Rider-Waite would be 4 of Swords. So if you want to dive deeper, you can look up 4 of Swords. Well, now this makes sense. The worst is clarified by 10 of Wands reversed. It's clarified by 10 of Wands reversed. And what that's saying is that you're letting responsibilities slip through the cracks. So that is why it is in the worst position. You are letting responsibilities slip through the cracks. That's why it's in the worst position. Why are you doing that? Ask yourself that. What's to come for the Act Now Choice 1 is 5 of Fire. 5 of Fire represents growth, expansion, progress, and abundance. You should enjoy this energy when it comes. What's to come is clarified by 4 of Swords, which says, relax your mind in order to connect to the divine. Then you will be able to experience a moment of calm and inspiration. So, what's to come regarding your Act Now Choice 1 decision here in the 3D world is that you are going to, or either you need to, relax your mind in order to connect to the divine. So you need to connect to the divine. There's no question about that. Then you will be able to experience a moment of calm and inspiration, which is something that you really need for this decision. It appears to me that there's high energy, there's maybe some confusion, anxiety, hesitation with and surrounding this decision. And you need to relax your mind and connect to the divine in order to calm down and get the inspiration that you need to make the right, to help guide you with this decision. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out that angel number tile that I've created and chosen for this message. Okay, so I will admit that I did not do a deep dive on this number at this time, and honestly, it may be due to the amount of work that I've taken on recently, and how I feel like I can't breathe. So that may have played a part. But check this out. I got the main point for you. So the angel number tile is 591. And the main point is let go of the old in order to make room for the new. Now, when they told me that was the main point, because what you guys may or may not understand is that these angel number tiles represent angel number messages for you in the same exact way that these tarot cards represent information for you. The angel number messages are just as important, if not even more. And sometimes they have even more information for you than the card does. Okay? So I asked for the main point for this one because I already knew my voice was going to go out. And guess what? I still have to do Act Now Choice 2. So let go of the old in order to make room for the new. One thing that they wanted me to point out with this bullet point for this number is that it could be talking about two different situations. The first one is very plain, exactly what it said. So let go of the old in order to make room for the new. The old person, old job, old thoughts, old habits, old religion, oldness. Get rid of it. Could be old clothes, old car, old furniture, old house. You have to let that stuff go, and that goes into the respect of when God closes one door, He opens another. And they tell you to not look at that closed door for too long because you won't see the other door open. If you keep staring at the old closed door, you won't see that right behind you is a door that's opening. You understand what I'm saying? So that's one message. The other one is let go of your old thoughts, an old notion, old habits, old way of being, regret, old way of making decisions, old, old way of coming up with your answers. Like whatever you do in order to come up with an answer, let go of that and make room for the new. And the new could be related to the old. So this one I had to be careful with how to say it because this could be something that is new but old but new, meaning something about it is new. Okay, so even if it's your job, you may be, you may need to if you're a hairdresser, okay, they're giving me this example, okay, if you're a hairdresser, you can't stick to wet rollers all the time, because we approaching 2021, ain't nobody doing wet rollers no more. And I don't mean to offend anybody if you guys are still doing wet rollers, but what they're saying is like there's new techniques going on all the time. So when they say let go of the old and make room for the new, it doesn't necessarily mean like stop doing hair altogether and now go and sell cars. What it could mean is your process, the process in which you do things and handle things, whether that is relationship, your job, communication, the way you think about religion, just the way you handle your life, your friendships, whatever it is. They could be saying, let go of that old way of thinking and bring in the new. But you have to let go of the old way of thinking in order to make room for the new development. in order to let new developments happen in your life. You cannot cling to that old crap. You just can't. And this is specifically for some people. And if it's hitting that nerve, then it's for you. But you got to let go of the old in order to make room for the new. And that could be, like I said, I gave you 2 ways that they wanted me to explain it. So it is what it is. And like I always say, I don't know your life. Only you do. So only you know which one fits for you. But this was just very interesting to me, because when it came to this, because I read the whole thing, and when it came to this, they was like, this is what we want you to say. Just this little nugget. And I'm like, this is one sentence. This is one sentence. Are you sure? And they like, yeah, girl. So, but then when I meditated on it, it was like, okay, here's the deepness of this sentence. It can go either way. And they put a lot of emphasis on it being like your same situation, but letting go of the way you normally handle this type of situation, letting go of those thoughts, because they're telling me it's like a trap. It's like a trap. Oh no, they didn't. Guardian angels be saying some weird stuff sometimes. They said trap house. It's like a trap. But don't get caught up in that trap. Like, don't get caught up in the trap. Don't get caught up like the mouse in the trap. You know, let that cheese go. Like one of the little housewives said one time, let the mouse go. But you have to do that in order to make room for the new. That's the whole point of it. New. It could be the same thing, it could even be the same relationship. But however you've been dealing with it, you've got to let that go. Because that's old. That's the old way of doing it. And they're telling me to tell you, like, how did that work out for you? Like, that apparently didn't work out good. So you have to make room for new ideas and innovation, okay, in order for you to progress and move forward successfully and positively, you know. So you have to, it's something that you got to let go of, something that's old that you got to let go of. And just, they having me, I'm shaking my shoulders, y'all. You got to shake it off. They want you to shake it off. And you got to shake it off and get rid of that old way of thinking, old way of doing, they said old way of, shut up. They said get rid of the old way of processing new information. Get into it. Okay. Greetings, my sages, and yes, you are a sagey. You've made it to the end of the video. If you like what you saw, like what you heard, if it resonates with you and you appreciate it, go ahead and show me that you appreciate it by clicking like and also subscribe so that you'll be notified on the upcoming videos. Check out more Tales of Tarot at unapologeticallysage.com.